So me and some friends watched Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves on March 31st this year, and I didn't really know what to expect because I've never played Dungeons and Dragons. But hey, let me just tell you this, the movie was actually pretty good. Like unironically, it was a good movie. So I guess well, that's the long and short of it, but I would like to talk more about it. So basically, one, the decisions the characters made actually like made sense. They weren't stupid for the sake of the plot or anything, which is nice. The characters that they meet throughout the journey actually have their own emotional arcs and purposes throughout the story, which is also nice. Secondly, not only were the action set pieces that they use in the like places that they went to, not only were those cool, for example, a city in the underworld that's hanging on chains, but some of the chains start to break. Like that's already really cool. But then also the items that they use and find throughout the movie are actually used in a bunch of cool and creative ways, not only to make it so that none of them were a waste of time to get for the characters, but also it's just fun to watch to see, wow, how are they going to use this thing next? I'm just going to say this as an example. Spoilers, I guess, are going to be for the movie and the rest of the video. But for example, they get a staff that can make portals if you shoot it onto a surface and then onto another surface. The two portals that you shoot will lead into each other. So one of the ways they use this, one, they use it to help escape from a dragon, which is nice. But I mean, that's the first thing that they do, to teleport themselves away from it, which already makes sense. But then they use it in an even cooler way later, where they they take a frame and they put the portal on the frame, and then they place a painting over the portal. So and then they put the painting in sorry, and then they put the painting in one of the villains. They put it in one of the villains' cars basically because he's collecting like money and offerings from the citizens of the place he rules. And then they use that to break into his vault by teleporting into it using the portal. Like that's great. I really like that. But yeah, so watch it. So anyway, I'm gonna go into the story now. The story is the story is basically just as simple as they want to rescue a person that they know. They want to rescue the main character's daughter, and so she doesn't trust him because he well betrayed her trust, and so it's understandable that she doesn't like him. But so a con man basically took control of the kingdom and has her in his clutches now. But so what the reason why the dad betrayed her trust is because he wants a rune to bring back her mom because she was killed by guys called red wizards, and apparently if you get stabbed with their knives, the only thing you can do to get revived or healed is using that type of rune basically. So that's why that that that's why that's the case. I mean, obviously, I don't know if that's how it works in the game as well, but it is clear that they're going to use that as like a emotional stake thing later in the movie with, oh no, should I save my friend or should I save my wife? You already know which direction that's going, but that's not the point. Basically, I think that the characters feel real enough and the action is great enough. So despite the fact that the way the movie ends is predictable, it's still really great regardless. So that doesn't upset me in any way. But also, so then they assemble basically they go and assemble a team of some people. Some people they already know, some people they're just meeting, some so that each of them has a character arc, and that's nice. Some of them are better than others, but the fact that each of them goes somewhere that makes sense is great. I really like that. But yeah, so I don't I guess as far as it goes. A lot of the movie is them going from place to place to get new stuff so that they can use against the guy that they think is the main villain. By the way, there is another villain. She's not a twist villain. You already know that she's a villain. The characters already know she's a villain. They just didn't know what she was planning. So that's fine. It's not, well, I mean, not that a twist villain would be bad anyway, but it's not like it came out of nowhere unexpectedly. It was actually set up and well written. So yeah, basically with that, once again, they use the stuff that they get in cool and creative ways. I like that. I mean, I really don't have that much. I don't have that much more else to say other than the fact that the movie's good, and also the way that they destroy the main villain is great. I love it when people die in unnecessarily complicated ways. I think that's really funny. And also set up, by the way. But once again, the characters are smart. They make good decisions. An example of this is them using a slime cube, a gelatinous cube is apparently what it's called, to sneak under an arena because it's being used as a wall. Like, that's great. I like that. Anyway, yeah, so go watch the movie. You don't need to know anything about Dungeons and Dragons to enjoy it. And apparently people who do know Dungeons and Dragons like it as well. So, if you do like that game, you'll probably like it even more than I did. So, yeah.